Hello, guys. We said
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. We thought we'd go for the last bit. First thing I've got to say, guys, anyone who was trying to watch on Facebook, typical Haunted Scouse fashion, it should have streamed to Facebook as well. But as that video's been playing for you guys, it's come up. There's an error on Facebook, so I need to remove the Facebook and add it again. So, yeah, I apologise for that, guys. But
I asked him to do one thing I asked you to do.
So yeah, so it should. Sorry, I'm trying to add it back in, and if it errors this time, hopefully it'll jump back up. Right now, it's got a tick next to it on Facebook, so if it should pop up on Facebook. So if anyone was trying to watch on there, please try for the link again, and I apologise. It's not our fault. It was all set up. We've tested it. It was working perfectly.
But yeah, how's everyone anyway?
Loads of comments to catch up on already. So yeah, apologies. We while we were watching that video ourselves, we yeah. Hello to everyone, because literally there's loads on. So yeah, thanks very much for joining us. And see a few comments coming through from the Facebook page now, mate. So I think we're all right.
Days. Yeah, sorry I wasn't on last night. But yeah, I heard it went down pretty well, to be honest. Quite a few watched. I don't know how you got on, mate, yesterday.
It was a brilliant, as always, mate. Brilliant premiere. Loads of great people in there with us, all having a chat and enjoying seeing themselves on screen. You know, my girls were staying in my mum's, so they were all. Grace was made up seeing Nanny and her mum on the telly again. Yeah, no, went well.
Nannies and mums,
really
Emma's here, isn't she? I've heard, read some great news for you. So congratulations, well done.
Yeah, exactly. Congratulations, Emma, and for those that couldn't join us on the premiere last night, Emma gave us the privilege of announcing that there's it'll be the newest member of Haunted Scouse is on the way. So Emma's one of our moderators. So yeah, Emma, congratulations again, and yeah, keep us posted, and we'll sort out that baby grow. Don't worry.
Say the merch is growing, isn't it, at the minute?
It is, exactly. That's it.
Baby grows.
But yeah, I mean, basically tonight, guys, I've got quite a few clips and videos that we just want to make this a bit of a review of the year. And for anyone that hasn't watched us before, and we've popped up, maybe if you guys can share for us, if you're watching on Facebook, share it wherever, and if the more we can get on watching, the better. But yeah, we've literally got quite a few clips. But yeah,
I know, Amy. I know what I said. I said, "Well done," didn't I? I don't know why I said "well done," but yeah, it's one of those things. It just came out like she got a new job or something. But yeah, well done.
Why not? Hey, well done. Yeah, well done indeed.
Great efforts,
But I think what we'll start with, guys, we and Adam were discussing ourselves about all the things, like that little clip that I played at the beginning, and I will upload it to Facebook and to the YouTube channel as a separate clip, because it's a good little montage. When we both watched that, we said it to each other. It's like, wow, forgot about that, and it was great to go right back to the beginning of the pubs, wasn't it, and have a look again.
Yeah, I mean, when you sent that over, it is kind of like, wow, it seems like a million years ago when we first started it all. But it was like just over a year, and just seeing, you can tell even from like the quality of film, and from right at the beginning to where we are now, how far we've actually progressed and learned on the job, so to speak. So yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I haven't seen any of the, other than the clip that you've just seen, I haven't seen any of the ones that Chris has nabbed together. So I'm quite looking forward to this as much as everybody else, to be honest.
I know that's the only thing. Unfortunately, the software we use StreamYard, guys, and it's And first and foremost, listen, to those of you that have been able to become members of the channel, thank you from both of us, because it's things like that that allow us to have a paid version of this software, so we can go live on Facebook and YouTube and reach more of you, because we know not everyone crosses over either way. So listen, thank you very much for your support. It does mean the world. And yeah, I think what we'll do, let's chat more clips tonight, mate, I think.
Yeah.
So we will start with let's start with some orbs. So what we'll do, we'll go through a few different ones. And
can anyone think of any particular ones that might be coming up? Make a little game of it. Who can guess any of the clips?
Well, I'll start with the first one while people might be guessing. So let's have a little look at this one. Going right back to the first pub that we did here, guys. Is that you making me cold? Are you showing yourself as a ghost that way? Showing yourself as a ghost that way?
That corner's not nice.
I've switched over to the opposite.
Have you?
Yeah, over to the opposite.
Have you?
Yeah. So yeah, it's at the Lion Tavern. So we cut our teeth on the indoor locations, mate.
Yeah, it's great looking back there. I mean, it's as I said, that was one of the first ones that we did. It was the very first pub that we got. So it kind of introduces to what sort of evidence we can capture when we do move into indoor locations.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's our Becky. Thanks, Beck. Even though she can't.
Yeah, she can't hear us, but yeah. Bit of Maccaton for you there, learnt off Grace. But yeah, so we'll move on to the next one then. So we'll try and keep up with the chat as well, guys. But yeah, we'll do our best anyway. And you'll bear with me while I get to grips with this bloody software as well.
I think while you're doing that anyway, just to go back, obviously on the Lion Tavern, because it's not a very big pub, is it? But the side, obviously, where we were on, there was a bit like Peter Glanner's, really, isn't it? Where there's like two little sections to it, and obviously I was in one and you were in the other. But the one where we did capture those orbs, that was probably the side that we thought probably was, the more active side, so to speak, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think we'll move on to one which I think was one of Adam's better reactions on this one. So this is the Dovetail Towers.
Oh wow!
What?
Right next to. Wow! Right next to you, then, mate. An orb appeared, and it was. Oh, I've got the chills. It was right in front of you, and it danced and swayed, moved in front of you, come towards me, and then went back down the corridor. That was amazing, and that was a proper spirit light. Thank you if that was you.
Okay, thank you.
That is probably one of the best ones that I think I've ever seen, genuinely.
This is one of our best captures to date. The movement of this light anomaly and the way it swirls around the room before leaving the room makes us believe that we were not alone at the start of our investigation.
Yeah, that was one where I couldn't wait to get home to look at the footage because of your reaction. Because it was one of them rare ones where you knew what had happened before I did, because I usually reviewed the footage.
It's one of them, Joe, and you just think, because that was quite early on when we turned the cameras on. So all night I'm thinking, I really hope that's what I thought I saw. Obviously was that, and it came across as that. Otherwise, you just look like a bit of a div because you're going on and on and on and on about it when you haven't seen it. But seeing that real time, and I very rarely see or hear anything, as you well know. But for me to obviously react like that and pick that up, I mean, I don't think we'll probably get a better capture than that. Honestly, it was just the way it came in. Like with most people, they come in and check what we're doing, and then they just kind of disappear, don't they, and do one. So, but the way it came in, and then you kind of saw it leaving, was just brilliant.
But we both said it's like, and this is the thing, guys, and it's the big difference of, as we just said about the Lion Tavern, our first pub, we were speaking over each other all the time because we didn't realise how much the sound would carry round the corner and into each other's little snug. By the time we got to the Dovetail Towers, we'd done so many pubs. We knew as soon as we walked in that room, this is where it's going to happen tonight. You could sense it. The walls had been stripped back to the original brick. And there was just something about it that, we knew it was going to be a bit special there. But what I'll do, I've got one more for the old orbs, and it is, obviously, we couldn't leave out what is probably our favourite place, Walton Hall. So let's have a little look at these ones.
What's that? What's that? Oh, what's that? Ooh, cold, cold, cold. Oh, what's that? Turn the volume off on it. Turn the volume off on it.
That room in Walton Hall, though, when you go in there and people are always saying about there's the shadow monk figure down in the cellars, and then you go into where the nuns do nun stuff, and that is a creepy room because I think it's because of the coloration in there as well. It makes it creepier. But that room for me, so much happened both times that we went there, but those captures it put a bit of credibility on the fact that I didn't feel alone in that room.
No, definitely. And I mean, it's hard as well because the last one, the shimmer, you don't really see it. And I mean, when you showed me it obviously took me forever to actually see it, but when you do see it, it's actually brilliant. And it's more of it's like fully formed, isn't it? It's like an arm, because it's about that big, isn't it? When you clock it and see it, and it goes past, and it does travel pretty much half the length of the room, doesn't it? So, it's one of them. Obviously, like when you slow it down or you do it, on your editing, isn't it? If it's done too much, you don't see anything. But
that's one where it backs up that what I do, guys. I edit the episode, upload it for Adam, and then I take it upstairs and we give it the Suzanne test as well. But on that one, when I was watching it back on the big telly, it was only then that I saw the shimmer past the window. So it's only through watching it back on the big telly that I saw that. Otherwise, I'd have just completely missed it. And when you do, it's hard to see, but when you see it, it's like looking on the floor and someone saying, look at the ants, and you don't see them. Once you see one, you see millions of ants. And it's that kind of thing, guys. If you go back and watch the Walton Hall Halloween one again, just watch closely on that bit. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, and it's some brilliant evidence.
Yeah, I'd say it's such a shame that we won't be getting back in there anytime soon. But you'd just love to. I mean, we were there three times maybe,
Yeah,
4 times, and it's just we haven't even scratched the surface. To be honest, there's so much more that we could have done.
Yeah, exactly.
But...
And I thought put a comments up there off my old mate Lee about the rally. I know we've said it before, and we will be returning to the rally, guys. It's just that for the last 4 weeks and for the next 2, Mother Nature has decided that the gardens need watering quite a bit. So we do want to we've got things in the pipeline for indoor locations. So, we're okay. But we do want to hit some outdoor locations while it's nice and dark and it's cold and it's crisp. And basically everyone's buggered off into the warmth and leaves us alone. So yeah, Lee, the rally is on the list of things to do. And we've got a completely different way of filming it than when we were with Ghost Quest and we did my first ghost story. So that's one for you to look forward to. But,
yeah, it's hard, isn't it, at the minute? I mean, I know we did have a filming day put in not so long ago, but it's just the way things are. Obviously, at the minute, you've got to be extra careful with all COVID stuff as well now. And and I think it's just, I mean, it's been nice to kind of put our feet up for a little bit, but it's I think they've been up for a little bit too long now, haven't they? We need to start getting back there and doing stuff, but. We've already had a few messages anyway for locations and things next year. So looking forward to January, especially. There should be a few good places to start seeing again. So
yeah, exactly. Do you want to go first on Chrissy's question there?
What's that, guys? Do you find when you go in these kinds of places that you can hear years gone by? What I mean, it's like a party in full swing, or was it there before? I don't quite know what you mean by that, Chrissy.
I think what she means is, like, for instance, Walton Hall. Did we feel like we were in amongst, like we were walking through something going on in there, like they're replaying their time?
Yeah.
And I suppose it comes to that idea of the interesting theory of the time slips go both ways. Are people going about the business, and then there's Chris and Adam walking through, and we talk about the time when we walked through and it was the 1600s, and everyone in the 1600s is looking for the witch who's just appeared in the village and things like that.
I mean, I definitely fall along that theory more than most, where about, because there is kind of a logic and a bit of sense to it, where it's just time replayed over and over and over again, and things can obviously linger around, it's hard, isn't it? I mean, you go in, especially like Walton Hall, when you walk in there, I think for you it would have been a lot easier to obviously envisage what it was before, because you've been there, whereas I was just walking in, it was just just kind of a shell, wasn't it? So it was hard for me to kind of picture it in the glory days. But I mean, you could certainly see, obviously there would have been a lot of activity, as in when people were there in meetings and all kinds. It was a Mason's Lodge as well, wasn't it? So
I think in some ways as well, because we did the pubs during lockdown, there was a potential that we got that with the pubs as well, because nobody had been in there to create the atmosphere again, and things happened. But did they happen because we went in and there was? We were able to experience the replay of that, what had gone on in the pubs before, because nobody had been there to mask over it with the noise and of the wonderful noise of a full pub, which is what was great going to the Saddle in Wallasey, is that, doing an intro for an episode in a pub with a full pub in the background playing bingo was brilliant.
Yeah.
But if anyone's got any questions, guys, then just drop them in the comments, and in between what we've got as clips wise, we'll throw them up for you. So it's let's see, where should we go next? Fancy a game of cards?
No.
No.
But no, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when we were talking through things, guys, this is a little section that is often forgotten because so much has happened since that seem like bigger pieces of evidence, which we will get to, or just things that are more memorable. But sometimes when you watch the intro with the show and you see things in there, and this is one of them things where I'll play the clip and then we'll have a little chat about it. I've got some of the playing cards in my hand here, guys. We'll try something, might not work, but what type? Well, can you tell me what type? Can you tell me what set of cards I have? Number card am I holding? An 8. Kind of like 8. 8? Yeah. It's not 8, is it? What is it? 8? No way. I'm definitely certain, I'm sure. 80-90%, that's it. Like, is it an 8 or an 8? I'm sure. I didn't even know that. Why would I say it? I couldn't see the card. So come on, I picked another card. Can you tell us this number? That's not even fair.
It's just mad, isn't it? Even like looking back now, it's like watching again for the first time, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It was, and it was just the spur of the moment idea because you hit on the idea. A lot of these pubs were so old. Maybe what they did, they played bridge and things. Or, whatever other card games, they were just there, take a deck of cards, and whilst the cards didn't move, once we picked them up, that interaction with it, yeah. It was brilliant.
It's just like it just shows the simplest ideas are usually the best, aren't they? Where every time I think we were in the pubs and we do get equipment out, and obviously the more we're doing this, the more our equipment is growing. They're kind of forgotten about, and it's usually like, oh, it's a trigger object, but something like that. And it was like right towards the end of the night, wasn't it? Because we were in that back room, and it was like, oh, here's an idea. Let's just hold the card up and just see. And yeah, it got, twice there brilliantly.
Exactly. That's what I mean. And literally, they were the only 3 cards that I held up, guys. It was literally, thank you. Don't push your luck when you get a good bit of evidence. It was the interaction, even the first voice. What type? It's like, yeah, come on, play along. It was like Bruce Forsyth there with higher, lower. Maybe that's what I should have done. But let's throw another question up here. One off the expectant Emma.
Is the bloody acre the most? When we first that bloody acre was probably the first one that kind of opened our eyes a little bit more to different places, because we went to Calderstones, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we did Walton Woods just before Bloody Acre, didn't we? So we were up at Walton Woods, so it was kind of a park, the woods, and then that was kind of a massive 360 from walking around the park, so to speak. So having to go through the graveyard and then get over the back of the wall and then through the little narrow pathway towards that. And then that was like about 1 in the morning as well, wasn't it? So that was definitely heightened us. And then just before that, we had the great bit of evidence with the app and the grave,
Yeah.
wasn't it? So that kind
John
of
Charles Ryle. Yeah.
yeah. Probably, I mean, I put it up there as probably, especially for outdoor. I mean, for myself, Bidston Hills has probably edged it for me because of how big that is and how many times. I mean, I've been there on my own a few times as well, and it's just it's just not a nice place to be. But
Bidston Hills just grabs you. That's the thing with Bidston Hill.
But I mean, for Bloody Acre, for what it is, I mean, it's definitely it's not a very well known or place. I think I know it's over on your side, so I can't really speak for that. But no one's really investigated it. But since that went out there, I know quite a few have gone to seek it out.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they've
go
put it all
back
back now as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
So
Well,
usually it's when you disturb places like that, or it's like when you're decorating, isn't it? And supposedly you change interior, things can start to happen. So no doubt, if we went back there, I'm sure it would be.
Well, I know we've got Jamie and Jonathan from Brilliant Mill Street Barracks, who that's on their bucket list. So watch this space again, guys. As I say, when we don't have to put a pair of wellies on and an angler's suit or something like that, it's we'll get back out there. There's so many brilliant outdoor locations, but we just can't take the kit out there with us. That's the problem. But yeah, it is the Bloody Acre is a brilliant place. So let's have a look. Just make sure we haven't missed any questions, mate. So if you spot any, it is. I'll pop that one up off Julia again. Julia, one of our brilliant channel members, and if you watched the episode last night, guys, you'd have seen Julia on there. Someone saw a ghost librarian in my library during lockdown when it was all closed down. So again, that goes back to the thing of if a place is left perfectly still, like for instance, Walton Hall now, because it gets the occasional break-in rather than almost a nightly visit from teams with permission visits, Walton Hall would potentially be more active now because nobody's been there, and it's that other theory, isn't it? Do mass visits keep a place alive, or does it dilute the haunting?
I mean, honestly, I've just seen all I can see is the start of Ghostbusters in my head. But no, I mean, I've investigated Wallasey Library many moons ago, which is supposedly there's tunnels all underneath the road there from the churchyard to the library to all kinds, and there was supposedly stuff that happened there. I mean, not much happened on the night, but I did try and message a few libraries, but again, it's a bit that they're just tricky places to get into when the council places really, aren't they? So, I mean, Birkenhead, one by us would be an absolutely fantastic one to do, but it's just trying to make sure, we're doing it properly and speaking to the right people, and that can be really difficult, especially with everything that's going on at the minute. So
yeah, exactly. But yeah, Elliot, yeah, I have. To be honest, he's the bearded one, and Suzanne doesn't. She hates stubble and anything like that. So I'm always the clean shaven one for that reason. But I think the simple one-word answer to that is yes.
We can't wait.
Yeah. And that's all you get. You should know better, girl, by now. But yes, there is one place that we have already sorted, and that's all you're getting. Hopefully it's one of many. Again, guys, it comes back to the support we get off you guys attending the events, the channel memberships. It all helps towards us hiring venues that are on our bucket list, but just take us to the next level.
Wasn't it? I think the first thing we did after we got the money in for the Wallasey for the Grosvenor Ballroom was we had a good substantial amount there to put down, and we knew exactly where we wanted to go, and literally thought, right, we've got it now. Let's Chris on the phone, bang, booked. So yeah, can't
you guys
wait.
are all going to have to wait. Yeah, I'll throw this one off Gary, because it'll lead nicely into the next little section for me.
Yeah, it's tricky that. I mean, they've all, every pub that you saw, something happened. So I can't even say that, we didn't like that one, because not much happened. But, each pub was equally great. I know Peter Cabanas we went back to twice. But, yeah, it's really difficult. I mean, I liked...
You all had something different, didn't you? That was you kind of think you're going to get the same stuff, but I think every pub episode's been different.
I mean, activity-wise, I loved the saddle over in Liverpool, just for, again, something completely different happened where the REM pod obviously got drained and then the light went off behind us as well from the fire exit sign.
Well, seeing as you said that, I just happened to have a clip ready, so that seems an ideal time to throw this one up, mate.
There we go.
See, it's almost seamless. I'll just remind Adam, by the way, guys, because when I throw these clips up, our microphones mute on some of them, but not on others. So it's I almost forgot before. So here we go. Behind this door, there's a device on the floor, a little plastic box. Just by the door then.
What's that in there? That safety light just come off. That's a fire exit sign. That shouldn't go off, should it?
No.
And that's been on all night. So why has that gone off?
That's strange.
I mean, it's strange that we're wanting somebody to communicate with an electronic device through the door, and then the one above that door has just turned off.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is very strange. Back down and do a bit of temperature or something in our room and just see I mean, we have done next week 7 or next week's down there, have we? So, yeah. In our room and just see I mean, we haven't done an SB7 or an S-box down there, have we? So yeah, it's like someone was following us up then.
Did you hear that?
It was probably like someone was going there was definitely an extra person behind us.
Definitely 100%. I didn't like that. Yeah.
Always like we planned that.
It was, I've got all the clips ready to go, but no, that was really, really strange. It was brilliant that when I watched the lock off, what we didn't realise was that there was just a murmured male voice behind us, but the lock-offs are brilliant for that, and people saw it last night. The moans and things captured on the lock-off camera in the cells at the Groves now, and nobody hears it down the other end, but the lock-off camera hears it, and it is great. It does pick up some great evidence, but yeah, that was pretty freaky. That.
Yeah, I forgot about the following us up the steps as well, because I mean that was literally I got to the top, you were behind, and then it was kind of like, I mean, you could argue it was just like the stairs settling or just making a bit of a noise after we got to the top, but it definitely sounded like, especially the last 2 steps, like, the footsteps, like dum dum, and then
the thing is,
at the top.
to my recollection, I don't think they were wooden steps. I think they were
No.
concrete steps with lino on. So it wouldn't make that it was like an old fashioned, like a gentleman wore the shoes sometimes with the steel caps on them to protect the shoes. But yeah, it's definitely strange. But let's see what else.
Yeah, I mean that would be up there for me. It was just it was a great pub, and then he had the big that big Frankenstein, didn't he? That absolutely bricked you up in that cellar as well. So that made me laugh too.
Yeah, definitely. But so where should we go next? So we've been to Cooper's. Let's tell you what. Let's go to Peter Cavanagh's. Seems we're on the subject of the pubs. And yeah, as you know, as I think I've seen Elliot's comment there, music box at PK's. I mean, that literally was where it all changed. It was that one piece of evidence which it got us the publicity, but also made us go, bloody hell, that was good. That we've actually got some solid evidence.
I know it's hard. I mean, I as you know, am the massive skeptic, and will try and debunk everything. And I can't hear this and I can't hear that. But I mean, it's really, really hard. Even the massive skeptic in me to say it. Was what someone was pulling it or whatever, when there was literally just us there.
Yeah.
You set it up. You went out the room, and the way it moved. I mean, it's just really, it moves away from the door. It like slides, turns, moves around a little bit more, then slides, then stops, then slide, and it's like you just couldn't even mimic that movement again if you wanted to. So it was really, really difficult to think, that science can explain a lot of things, but it's for me that it's always going to be, and it is probably the one that we always will say when we do talk to people, that the music box is probably up there as the best bit of evidence that we're probably ever likely going to capture as well. So
well, exactly. So what we'll do, without further ado, let's have a little look. We've shortened the clip, guys, because we're aware we don't want to. We've got a lot of clips to fit in still, and we want to base it, as we've said, a year review. So let's have a little look at that.
We have absolutely no explanation for the footage that you've just witnessed. We know that nobody else was anywhere near that room whilst the music box appeared to move all on its own. We wanted to make sure that the footage clearly showed Chris leaving the room and then joining Adam at the back of Peter Cavanagh's. With no open doors and no open windows in that room, we can find no other explanation for the movement of the music box other than to conclude we may have captured poltergeist activity on camera.
And that was your first little attempt at the voiceover stuff as well, wasn't it?
I know it's hard, the voiceover, guys, because I literally edit in this seat, and I've got the computer behind the camera here. So I literally use the digital recorder you see in the episodes to record the voiceover, and it picks up so much noise. If the dog walks past on the wooden floor behind me, or the kids next door are on their trampoline or something, you can hear it. So you got to start again. So it's that's why you'll find the voiceovers come and go. But yeah, I mean that footage just. I mean, I still remember when I discovered that we had it, and our brilliant friend Ben from Ghost Quest. It was Ben and Adam that I messaged them and, oh my God, I think I've got poltergeist activity on the footage. Sent it to Adam, and it was like, wow, okay, yeah. And then you start the discussion. As Adam just said, the skeptic jumps in and goes, but could it have done this? Could it have done that? Was there a draft? Was the table on a wonk? And everything like that. But it was just, none of that was we knew none of that was the explanation. it is just unbelievable.
Yeah, just still, you watch it and you're still a little bit lost for words because you are trying to find, the logical, what's kind of happened there. But as I
Yeah,
said, cast iron tables, weren't they, screwed down, and
exactly.
you
And
couldn't even pick
Emma's
them at the
comment
movie.
there. Emma doesn't like the music box, guys, so she thinks it should be buried at the back of the garden next to the witch app. We need a music box that when you open it, it plays the witch app.
I think Emma's showing how big of a house she lives in because her garden's massive because there's that much stuff underneath it. Need Trevor Jordash as well from Rookies under there, I think.
See, that's showing your age there, mate. Not as young as you like to think.
Yeah. I'm with just looking at Gary's comment there. That's every time we go in a place and there is a piano, it's the first thing I do. I make sure it's open. Grosvenor, there was one in there up in the Valley Room, and I will spend a good bit of time, asking for that noise. That's, I mean, Walton Hall. If that went off, I'd have probably been off. If I'd have been off the building there, it's just, it's
well,
just
the Grosvenor was interesting. A couple of times in the S box, we got like piano keys through the S box a couple of times in a place that is known for that type of music. So so who's to say the S box doesn't become that? Let's see. One off Mark here. No, Mark, another channel member, mate. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean,
we get you, mate. Nobody wants another lockdown. Yeah.
No, and I mean, it's not even like saying, "Oh, it'll be great for us," because it's a nightmare, and especially the job I do, it just makes everything 10 times harder. But yeah, I mean, it was just a great thing that Chris struck upon that, well, why not, and it just turned into what you've pretty much seen there on a lot of the clips, and but we've still done. We've done the Saddle, didn't we, over in Wallasey, and that was open. So that was our first pub that we did whilst trade was still going. So it's still possible. It's just a bit of a later night for us, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we do potentially have 3 pubs that are interested in in letting us in. Potentially all to go in and film in January, guys, for you guys to see a little bit later on in the year. So it's not that they finished. The bigger we get, it's nice, isn't it, mate? I mean, Pete, these pubs are contacting us, and saying to us, I own this pub, I work in this pub, would you consider it? And we're like, yeah, as long as it's legit, tell us about the haunting and we'll come in and film it.
Yeah, it is quite nice to be contacted, and obviously, we're not kind of like a one-man band. We do other things as well. If you've got like a big haunted mansion somewhere that and you want us to come in, that would be great. But no, it's just it's nice that obviously people think of us when you think, oh, we've seen these lads on YouTube who've been into a few of the pubs in Liverpool, and they will. And yeah, I think it'll be good trying to at least find out, what is actually here, or what could be potentially here, if anything. So yeah, long may it continue.
I'll flash one up here from Chrissy. Only reason being, potentially, because we've got what I said last night on the premiere, mate, was that obviously those that have members and have got what we call the backstage pass membership, we promised you early access to episodes. So the next episode will be Bidston Court Gardens, and we will give the members access to that from Monday, and that's then nice, we will set the premiere for next Friday. So I finally figured it out, mate. I wasn't sure how we let the members see it first, and then I can set the premiere. So I tested it on another one, and it works. So again, guys, that's what we promised to you. As members, you get early access to the episodes. So we'll give you till Thursday night to watch it from. I'll set it in next Monday, and then Thursday night I need to set the premiere for Friday night. But we'll still promote it on the pages so the rest of you guys know. And then there's a brand new episode to look forward to next Friday. But it's part 1 from Bidston, which brings me back to Chrissy's point, because in part 2, I do think I encounter, believe it or not, a larger spirit animal than Blue. But it shook me up because it brought flashbacks. It's like post-traumatic stress. Brought it all flooding back to Staunton Woods all of a sudden.
Yeah, I was wondering. Well, I don't even know where you're going with this at the minute, but yeah, it's all kind of clicked there. So yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's that little section in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that. This is the thing, guys. Me and Adam. It's that long ago since we filmed a lot of these episodes. It sometimes we watch them back and go, yeah.
It's over on YouTube, Maria. Just see Maria's comment there. Yeah, it's over on the YouTube channel, isn't it?
Yeah, if you head over to the YouTube channel, you'll see a tab that says join, and if you click on there, there's 2 options of what level membership to and what the perks are for each one. But what I think, since we just had one Peter Cavanagh clip, should we go with the our return to Peter Cavanagh then?
Yeah.
I see Gary wanted to see more of the REM pod. So,
well, who doesn't? I mean, it's can't believe how long it actually took. I thought it didn't even work. So, but yeah, I'll let you play the clip and then we'll have a chat about it.
Yeah, here we go.
It was like someone had already said or tried to activate it, but. No.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
No way. Wow. Hi, is that you? Who's here with us?
Oh, mate, I've just gone so cold. Thank you.
Could you do that again for us, please?
Holy shit.
Thank you. My name's Adam, this is Chris. And we don't mean you any harm. Thank you for trying to communicate with us. Is this a girl that we're talking to? If it is, can you go a little bit closer to the device and make it go off again?
Oh my god.
Thank you. So thank you very much.
Oh my god.
We don't mean you any harm, okay? So are you perhaps a child? If you are a child, can you go a little bit closer to the box again and make it go off?
If you go right up close to it, you can light it up. And it's lit up. 2 lights.
Thank you.
There you go.
Just amazing. I mean, you can clearly tell how excited we both were and how massively lost for words, where it's like, right, it's gone off. I don't really know what to ask. So I think the most intelligent question I've ever asked is that you? Like, well, who else is it going to be? You know what I mean? But yeah, just unbelievable. I can't believe we were there for that to go off, and you can just forget asking the questions, and then within about 5 seconds, the kind of instantaneous responses from it. Yeah. It's just, such like it was like an intelligent conversation, wasn't it? So
yeah, exactly. I mean, I tried not to make these clips too long tonight, guys, but the full section with the lock-off camera point of view as well. It's to go back to Peter Cavanagh's, and reason we went into that corner with the REM pod was Rita had told us. We interviewed Rita after we'd filmed the Music Box episode, and then Rita told us about the little girl who was seen in that very corner. So that's why we put the REM pod there. So to actually get something there, it was unbelievable. And as Adam said, you can tell by the two of us, we were like kids at Christmas. It's like, what do we do? And again, it's like anything else. It's the first time we capture something fantastic. The cool literally leaves the room, and the excited little boys with the camera comes flying straight into the room. And it's good when you get anyone that's seen Rake Lane sees that we kept ourselves a lot more professional when the REM pod was reacting so much at Rake Lane. It was we were able to keep a bit more composure and go, right, okay, this is happening again, and go with it.
Yeah, again, probably quite hard to top that one, especially like you said. We put it there for a reason, and that's why we were asking those questions, and got some really good, intelligent responses. So, can't believe the first time we went, that's where we lobbed all the gear, didn't we?
Yeah, literally, that's where
one of the most active bits in the pub, and we just set it up as a gear spot and just didn't get anywhere near it.
Your can of Red Bull and your little mini dime bars, I think, were on that table. But yeah, no, Chrissy, that's the thing. Do you know what? I think if we ever lose that excitement that we get when we go out and we capture anything, it's whatever it is, that excitement is there for us, and it's just brilliant. And if you can't explain it away, then it does just it really does get you where you can't wait to. I can't wait to see it on the screen. Hope that it looks as good on the screen, and then show it to Adam. And then once he's seen it, we can't wait to show it to you guys. But
I was just really good that it actually worked, to be honest, because it had been out in a lot of different locations, and it didn't have to take a good couple of months for that to even remotely go off. So so obviously it's why you saw the genuine reaction, and as Chris said, both love our paranormal shows and love going out and ghost hunts and things, and it's just amazing when you're actually there for that, because we could have been down in the cellar, which we were for quite long periods there. So it was just good that on that bit when we were investigating upstairs, that we caught that. So
yeah, exactly. I think what we'll move on to now is or where we'll go back to for another piece of brilliant evidence is a certain door. So I'll play the clip.
I think from here.
Oh, that's right on camera.
Now, obviously, did you get that?
I've got that. You and the door were in shot.
There you go.
That was definitely the noise we heard last night.
Just a mad squeak when it was like rubbing along the carpet. Like, go through the floorboard. Yeah. Again, if you're going to sit down on the left there, how much is it going to nullify what you're doing? Again.
And as you saw before, guys,
I mean, that's all you did. You walked down, didn't you? And
Yeah.
you walked past. So you just actually, I'll
I
point that
walked
at
past,
you.
yeah.
There you go. What I'll do before we discuss that, I'll just pop up on the bottom. That tune in the background is another brilliant tune by our mate Steve. That one's called Landrew Help Me. So as we always do, guys, big shout out to Steve and his website at the bottom there if you want to check out his music and go and have a look. He's got some new tunes on there as well now. So I think we'll I need to give him a tap soon and see if he can see what he's working on, see if we can have any exclusives. But yeah, I just wanted to shout Steve how well I'd used this tune on that one. But yeah, make that door. It's
I think you can see the lengths we went to try and debunk that. But long story short, you had to push that door for it to close over, or something had to push that door. Yeah, it's an old building, but I mean that was a very heavy fire door, and you can see, you can tell where all the money goes in Haunted Scouse as well, because as Chris was jumping up and down, he had all his pound coins and jiggling in his pockets. So but you saw, it didn't move, and it's just brilliant. I mean, especially the very first time it happened. Obviously, you've got the great shot of it because you could see it going. Where my genuine reaction, it was right in my left ear, so it didn't half make me jump.
Well, that's what I like about that shot. It's I think it's the first shot that we had in any episode where it was that action shot of me filming you and you swinging around with your camera just as the door shut. It's one of them dream shots. That's why it's in the intro sequence. It's it wasn't just us sitting there getting scared. It's Action Man with his camera and the door putting the willies up, and it's like
it's because you could Joe, you could hear it going. So I hear a very, very strange noise. So then I'm like, hang on, what's that? And then obviously before I knew what it was, the bang of the door happened. So it was again, I'm probably going to be quite hard to beat that one real time. For seeing that for what it was, but brilliant, absolutely brilliant bit of evidence there.
I'm just looking at the comments of Chrissy and Kaz, because I'll put up Kaz's comments. Reason being, this is the bit where in the Grosvenor last night. So if you haven't watched it, guys, it's a long episode, but we think it's just packed full of brilliant evidence. It's forgot where I was going with that then. Sorry, a message just popped up off my daughter then, just saying devil dog. I don't know whether they're trying to remind me that have I forgot to put a clip of Blue in. In that case, no, I haven't. It is coming, I promise you. But no, it's you walk in, Kaz and Chris, you're talking in the Grosvenor about seeing a shadow just going so far towards the door and then goes back again. And your camera catches a light anomaly that seems to go and it just shoots back. And it does the exact same movement, and that's what Kaz is saying there. Whilst it's not consistent, you'd only have to capture that one bit, and the movement is exactly what they described in that little room just after we'd heard a big moan as well on the camera.
Yeah, I think definitely that the room that was next to the lock off in the Grosvenor was a really active room. I mean, that was where the most stuff happened, and I think pretty much everyone, I mean, especially in my group, when we were down there, everyone kind of had an experience in that room in particular. So, well,
just to back myself up here, by the way, and I did put it in the graphics, just for my group who threw me under the bus when they went back down there with Adam, that wasn't the room I was saying don't go in. We made a decision to push the camera forward because there was a room just to the left off the stairs, and we weren't happy with the state of the floor. And we've got a duty of care to you guys when you join us on our events. That's why we have a walk around. But ironically, watching it last night with Suzanne, I said it sounded like that's where the female voices and the moans were coming from. But that was undisturbed all night, that room, just because of how uneven the floor is when you first come out. Unfortunately, That's where there'd been flood damage down there, guys. That's why the floor is the way it is at the moment. But that room was a bit unsafe. So I just wanted to back myself up there and say, it was actually that room I was saying don't go in. But it made for some brilliant evidence. You might not have a camera in that room at the Grosvenor, but you can hear the conversations on the microphone when there's a moan, and that room hears it, but nobody else does. And the camera picks up Jamie commenting that we can hear it, but nobody else can. You don't need a camera sometimes to maintain the evidence. But yeah, I'm just making sure we haven't missed any comments. So I'm going through the clips, guys, just to make sure I haven't missed any, because obviously we are going to finish with Blue, because
it's everyone's favourite clip. They've all been waiting for it.
Exactly. It's everyone's favourite clip of the year is me getting attacked by a dog, and what I wanted to show you is the full clip, because we haven't released that before, and I'm not even sure whether you've seen the full clip. I don't know whether I sent you the full clip before I cut some of it out. I mean, obviously you've seen the shorter one. You've TikToked the shit out of it,
I think it was when you edited out the crying part, when he just sat and had a big cry to himself. But no, I don't even think I have seen the full bit, to be honest. I saw the little bit after it, but I just loved the way he just kind of was like, "Oh, come here, you," and just kind of waddled off with the dog, like, "Oh, you naughty boy, up to your tricks again," pinning you up, nearly killing you.
Well, I'm quite proud that I only had to use the bleep machine 3 times in this section, guys. So it's I kind of seal my own fate, and I've put a little bit at the beginning of it. But yeah, we'll play the full clip for you, because everyone that left the comment said their highlight of the year, unfortunately, was me getting attacked by Blue, and even the wife sitting upstairs, and everyone in my family, to be honest. Yeah, that's probably what Kira's comment was popping up on my screen and on WhatsApp. Devil dog. It's like, come on, get on with it, will you? So yeah, I'll throw that up for you now, guys.
Looks quite creepy up this bit, so in for a penny, in for a pound, come on. And I'll walk back down in a sec. It's just dog walkers. Must be moles as well. Oh, hell. Alright, fella. Alright.
Sorry. Come on, you horror.
Okay.
Got it, mate. Come on, Blue. Oh, sorry.
That's alright. Oh,
He's a big.
okay.
Stay still.
Okay.
Right, stay there, Blue. Blue!
I don't want to get in between you and your dog, though. Don't get on the other side of me, because the dog will think I'm in.
Yeah, I'm trying to get around it. Right, stay there. Sit. That's it. Sorry about that.
He's got your back anyway, we know that.
Hey, sorry. Oh, you horrible thing.
Alright. He nearly had me there though, mate. Seriously.
He wouldn't bite, but he
literally is. I've just felt him on my shoulder.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He jumps up.
Yeah, no, but I just felt.
That to me as well. Sorry about that.
Alright, just
Come on, you.
someone smaller than me. Size of that.
All I can hear is Suzanne pissing herself laughing upstairs.
It's just brilliant. I mean, you just couldn't you couldn't write that, could you? Just of all the places to go, it was probably one of the first winter one. It was the second winter one, wasn't it, that we did? But yeah, it's pitch black, probably February time, wasn't it? And then
Yeah,
didn't even see any cars or anything down Staunton Lane, and yeah, assume we were there on our own because we did the full walkthrough, didn't we? And then
we did.
yeah, just split up and just absolutely brilliant. I'll never ever get tired of watching that, and I think that is the first time I've seen the full clip through, and I didn't realise how many times it went for you again. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Well,
No, it's. I mean, do you know what, guys? It's I I got away with it, and you know it could have gone a different way, and that clip never would have seen the light of day. So I'm glad it didn't. And originally, I cut out a lot of that footage because I wanted to save the dignity of the gentleman, because he was so polite about it, and I left that little shot in of him walking away because it was almost like something else of Scooby Doo. You know, it was the old man with the dog. It was the you know, it was, but yeah, I thought it did quite well there with the composure, and you know, I even remember to turn the camera around slowly so that when he's trying to put the I'd say put the lead on. I think he was putting the saddle back on the thing, but. But I managed to turn the camera, and I remember looking down, thinking, if I'm dying, I'm going to get him on camera before I go.
And I said that as well, Jamie. That I think the dog was more scared of him than Chris was of the dog. So, yeah. But yeah, no animals were harmed in the making of that episode. So, yeah.
And I mean, I'm loving the amount of sympathy that's coming my way. Yeah. You know, I mean, especially this one. You know, my beloved.
just brilliant. I mean, when you because you radioed me, didn't you? And explained what had happened, and got no sympathy for you anyway. To be fair, but I mean, it was funny hearing it, and then when you said, "Oh no, I'm going to take a bit of a break," I thought, "Oh, maybe it was a bit." Something a bit dodgy, but when you first showed me, I mean, that was it then. I mean, absolutely creased. But we sat on that for a good few months as well, didn't we?
We did. You had to wait 6 months for that to come out. The way all the episodes worked out, it was killing you.
Worth the wait, though, definitely.
But no, I mean, as we said, guys, we wanted to make this light-hearted tonight, and just go back and just for me and Adam as well, when we discussed what clips, and I put the little montage together at the beginning, and we do kind of step back and go, there were so many great episodes we couldn't have fitted in. We could do this, once a week for a month, to put all the clips in of highlights, because we've been so lucky as a team that, and I think because we've gone about it the right way, mate, we've been honest, we've been respectful, and we've done our homework. We've known about the places we've gone to, so it's I think we've deserved the success that we've had.
It is, and it's as well. If we were to go places and didn't capture anything, that's kind of what you'd see. You wouldn't see too much. You'd see us obviously trying, but I think we've been very, very lucky. Even when we've been outdoors, there's always something, and it's what we think every episode. There's been one or two where we've walked away a little bit disappointed, but on the review and on the edit, there's bits that have happened that are completely unknown to us. So I think, it must be, and I definitely agree that the way you go about investigating, you get out what you put in, so to speak. So if you're going to go in effing and jeffing and, start throwing things around and demanding this and demanding that, you just wouldn't bother, would you? I mean, if you were a spirit, so to speak, I wouldn't want to talk to anyone like that. So obviously, just the more respectful you are, and it's in the historical aspect we go down, it seems to work. So
well, it goes back to and I'll just flash the comments up off Jamie. Just to put a bit of context into that, guys. What you've got to look forward to as well is me and Adam have been at Mill Street Barracks filming with Jamie and Jonathan. So you've got that to look forward to as well. We've had a fantastic night, and we need to go back and finish that as well. But yeah, we had a brilliant night with two brilliant fellas, didn't we, mate? Jamie and Jonathan at Mill Street, and those of you that are coming to the Mill Street Barracks event, you'll get to meet them because they've kindly agreed to come along on the night and help. Well, try and make me and Adam look professional.
Well, I mean, I was going to say, clearly you can see which team is the more professional when you've got Jamie lurking around corners and trying to do jump scares on you. So I think we're definitely the more professional team, to be honest. But no, they're a great laugh, and honestly, they're going to add a lot, and they're going to make our jobs 10 times easier. When everyone does come to Mill Street, because we can just sit back and let Jamie and Jonathan do what they're really good at, and obviously explain the place and the history of it. And the episode that we've filmed with them, it's halfway there, isn't it? We just need to do a little bit more to it. Hopefully we can get that done pretty soon. But
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's one of the indoor locations that we're going to hit, guys, before whilst the weather's against us. We'll get some of these indoor locations going. But what I'll just point out next to me here as well before we go is, again, when you guys support the channel, that means we can enhance the channel with equipment and with locations. You might recognize this thing here is we are now the proud owners of a SLS camera. So that's there. We've got the screen for it over there. So once I figured it out properly, and it works. I've tested it on Suzanne just to make sure it picked up the stick thing, and then we did a little dance to make sure it picks up your movements and everything, and it does. So I need to figure out how to record onto it so that we can then add any potential evidence into future episodes, guys. And then we've also got this, which will settle down. It's a 360 motion sensor, which I'll turn off because it is quite annoying on the little microphones. But yeah, it's a 360-degree motion sensor, guys. Each side of it lights up differently. So, again, a new bit of kit just to add to it. And it's thanks to you guys for your support all year. And those that either attend the events and we make a bit of profits off them. Some of you guys have been buying some of the merch. So, we've been making sure we just put a little bit of profit on the top of that, because it's great to see you all walking around in our kit and turn up to fan events looking like us, so we can drift off into the background, leave you to get on with it. But yeah, it's down to you guys.
We got another S box as well, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, so there's two of them now as well. So yeah, it's building nicely.
The camera as well. Forgot about the camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a new camera. We can switch from night vision to normal vision. But yeah, hang on. Let me just, because it's a relevant comment, and it's great when Elliot jumps on, because Elliot is like us. He believes, and he's a skeptic all rolled into one, and he's had experiences he can explain, experiences he can't. We've looked into a lot of research on the SLS camera and completely agree. It can map random things in a room. So what we've already decided on how we're going to use it. And we're not going to be using it as a mobile device. We're going to use it in lock-off situations, because we've researched it. And if it does pick something up, and we can, basically it's like a Wii. It's the Xbox Connect thing, isn't it? It's, if you move, it's got to map you in again and things like that. So we've done our research on it, and it's just a new bit of kit to try to enhance the episodes. And as anything else, if we'll have a camera pointed in the same direction, and hopefully different things corroborate each other.
There was, I mean, there was a Higgy Pop article, wasn't there, recently
It was.
on the
Thanks,
use of
Elliot.
yeah, and yeah, I mean, partly as well, it weighs a ton. So Chris said, so it's not going to be coming out
It takes. That's
10
another reason
batteries.
why we need memberships on the channel, guys. It costs a tenner every time we want to use the bloody thing.
So yeah, so clearly we're not going to be walking around a bit with a lot. It'll just probably be a 20-minute, half-hour thing, or if we could set it up stationary with a lock off. But yeah, there's a lot we've got to kind of pan in, but it just goes to show, we are trying to make it, a little bit different each time we go out. We're trying new things, and obviously if there is anything that you think that would make it better, we'll happily take any comments on board and give it a go.
Yeah, exactly, guys. Listen, the show's nothing without you guys watching it, and we will continue to do that. We've got a list of locations we haven't been able to get to, because thanks to you guys watching it and sharing it and just taking part in it, we've just gone to a level where a lot of these locations will get done, but they're here at the moment. And we can't get down from here, because every time we take a couple of steps down, someone drags us back and goes, "Hey, how about this place here?" Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's we've got all kinds of places. We've got North Wales to hit, but every time we go to cross the border, COVID comes back in and says, "Nah, not just yet." So we have got that to come as well. But listen, guys. All that remains to say is thank you for 2021, and come with us into 2022, because we promise you some of the locations we will have out on the channel by the end of the year are just they're gonna blow your mind. They will.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, especially how we go about filming, and some of these places that we've wanted to visit, and kind of investigate it in our way. I think it'll be really, really exciting. So I can't wait for you to edit them all and put it together, and we haven't even filmed yet. So yeah, it's hopefully long may it continue us being busy, and and obviously, as Chris said, it's thanks to you guys, and it's nothing without you. We'd still do it, but it's just great to have so many of you helping us out and contributing and throwing us a bit every now and again. But first and foremost, as Chris said, anything that we do make, you can clearly see there we just reinvest it and it goes back in.
Yeah.
Whether it be batteries or obviously if you were to Google the equipment there, you'll soon see how much they actually that bit of kit costs. So
yeah. But no, exactly as Adam said, guys, it's everything goes straight back into the channel. That's where the events are helping us immensely. We are actively looking for an venue for event 4. So we haven't announced anything yet, because literally we've had 2 months off to chill out and concentrate on you'll forgive us for saying the more important things in our life of our family and our jobs. But what we've managed to do in 2021, mate, I think virtual high five to each other there, because we've smashed it. So yeah. So to finish off, guys, what I'm going to do, because Facebook's on and the video didn't play at the beginning, I'm going to play the intro video again, and that'll be the end of it. So listen, thank you very much. For the members, on Monday, you will get a notification that you can watch the Bidston Court Gardens episode, and then that will be set in as a premiere. So next Friday, guys, will be a brand new episode, Bidston Court Gardens, and it's got some fantastic evidence in it. It has. So we'll see you there. So take care, everyone.
Yeah, thanks very much, and all the best. Have a great new year, and we'll see you in 2022.
Yeah, happy New Year, guys.